Brooklyn's Greenwood Cemetery is home to over 575,000 graves spread out over 470 acres. But what does it all mean? Hi, I'm Greg Johnson. On this edition of Big Ups Brooklyn, let's take a look inside this National Historic Landmark and see what we discover. Big Ups! Hey, what's your name?
I'm Jeff Richmond. I'm the historian here at Greenwood Cemetery.
Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm Greg Johnson.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Jeff, what is it that we're looking at here?
This is a statue of DeWitt Clinton, who was the man in the first part of the 19th century in New York, the most revered of New Yorkers, and even presidential candidate. He came within Pennsylvania of being the president of the United States in 1812, that election, which you may remember.
So how old is this statue?
It dates back to 1853.
It's held up so well, like others around here.
It gets waxed every year to kind of keep the weather off of it.
That's great. As Jeff and I journeyed through this charming necropolis, he regaled me with countless narratives about the tombstones, some related to my college and my Brooklyn Dodgers baseball cap. I forgot them immediately. Others stuck with me. So, Jeff, what are we happening upon here?
This is Battle Hill, which is a real focal point of the cemetery. Dates back to the American Revolution and the Battle of Brooklyn. The greatest triumph of the Patriot forces during that battle occurred up on this hill. We are looking over Minerva's shoulder towards the Statue of Liberty, and so the Statue of Liberty has her right arm raised with her torch, and Minerva has her left arm raised saluting the Statue of Liberty.
And what about the umbrellas in between on top of that new apartment building? When did those arrive?
Well, since Minerva has been here, we have this historic view that has existed for almost a century now. And within the last 5-7 years, that building went up on the corner, and we had something of a battle.
Was it a Battle of Brooklyn?
It was the second Battle of Brooklyn, that's correct.
Wow. Okay. I'm speechless. It was really cool to meet Minerva. But the solitude of the burial ground had me contemplating questions of great significance. What does it all mean? What can the dead teach the living? What kind of a bird is that? I felt inspired to discover the meaning of my own life. But first, let's check out some dead celebs. So, was it Leonard Bernstein?
No, it's actually Bernstein is the correct pronunciation.
Is it Leonard or is it Leonard?
Actually, I think it's Leonard, but we refer to him sometimes as Lenny, which was, I think, more in popular culture, the reference to him.
Okay. That's cool. In life, Lenny would sit on that very bench I shared with Jeff to meditate on his existence and visit the graves of loved ones buried beneath the brush of the family plot. With that, and this love letter to Jean-Michel, I realize the graveyard exists for all Brooklynites to reflect on where they come from and where they are going, whether below ground or above. Wow, what is this in here that we're going into?
This is called the 30 vaults, and so you have families that bought each of these vaults, and there are crypts here where people could be buried without fear of being buried alive in the ground. We still hear reports today of people being declared dead, and 3 hours later they're not so dead, or funerals being held and people waking up. And so in the 19th century, where medicine was undoubtedly much more primitive than it is today, people were even more afraid of that.
You make me think I want an above-ground burial. What do you think?
I think it can't hurt.
So why is Greenwood Cemetery so important to the history of Brooklyn?
Greenwood offers something that no other place in Brooklyn does. And it's a mixture of life and death, but it's a mixture of trees and grass and quiet and discovery. There are so many levels at which people can enjoy this place that they really should come out here, not with preconceived notions, but with the idea of let's look around the place, and I'm sure they will love it as much as we do here.
Well, Jeff, it was really nice to meet you. I hope to come back and see you again sometime
Great.
very soon.
Great to meet you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for everything.
Great. Thanks.
Yo, Jeff is the man. I was very grateful he took the time to show me around Greenwood and perfectly sum up its importance, so I don't have to. Whatever it was I found here today, it wasn't the exit. From still inside Greenwood Cemetery, I'm Greg Johnson.
Big ups. Brooklyn.